So I'm going to explain you the entire stuffs what we need to know about Power BI in this webinar. So going in depth to the Power BI, we need to go one step back to understand what is data visualization. So today we in the market we get thousands of messages, thousands of links, thousands of shares, thousands of data is being transferred from every system to system, place to place, server to server. So the business owners needs to understand what this business tells, what this data tells. They want to take a decision. For example, you wanted to go and purchase a toothpaste. Okay. So in that case, what are the criteria we look at? We look at the price, we look at the brand, we look at um, the ingredients used, we look at the packed material, we look at the like how it reached in the market. So many things. Just for purchasing a toothpaste, we look into so many things. Then think about a company owners when they want to start a new product, when they want to start a new office, whatever the criteria they have to look for everything, for every decision making, we need this data visualization. Okay, so data visualization helps to understand, convert your data into a beautiful representation, into a story, and makes the business decision makers to take a decision. Okay, so data visualization comes under data science. So these are the topics I'm going to cover in this webinar. So I'm going to tell you what is data science. I'm going to tell you why data visualization. I have already given a brief, however, I'll explain. So then what is Power BI? Why Power BI is good in market? And then an overview to the business intelligence. And then business intelligence is nothing but BI. Okay, so the components of Power BI. I'm going to give a demo how it will work, and I'm going to explain you very important concepts like if you get into Power BI, so how is the job opportunities in the market, and then we'll go to the QA session. Okay, thank you. So data visualization is, data science is a broad field that refers to whenever we work with the data. So any data in any format, any raw, anything, we use a lot of theories, concepts, mathematical operations to make a data into a information. Okay, into a valuable knowledge and information. So we use so many tools, like you can tell there are so many ETL tools. There are so many data visualization. Data visualization is a part of data science. Okay, so data visualization tools. We have so many programming codes like R, Python. So these all contributes to the data science. Okay, so data science is a very broad field. If you are planning to get into, so data science is the next 5 years in the market. So if you are planning to get into a data science, so data visualization is the easiest way to reach there. Okay, so if you need to learn Power BI, what are the prerequisites, or what if you want to get into a data science as well? What are the prerequisites you need to know? You need to know, understand what is a table, what is a rows, what is a column, those kind of computer programming terminologies. You need to know what are the graphs should be used, what is a table, what is a matrix, what is a bar chart, what is a column chart. So these few things like, pie chart, donut chart. So these are the few graphs you need to be aware of. You need to know how to use Excel and SQL. SQL is an advantage part, but Excel is something. So Power BI is a higher version of Excel. Okay, that is a correct term I could say. So one biggest advantage of learning Power BI is you no need to code. Everything is a drag and drop UI based. So you no need to know any coding language if you wanna get into the Power BI. Okay. So you should know basic database knowledge, which I have already told you. Okay. Now coming back to the data visualization, why we need data visualization. As I said, 90%, like you consider like from 2000 to 2020, the amount of data collected from 2000 to 2020, the same amount is got collected in the 2021 in the 1 month, that is January. Okay, the amount of 20 years data is being collected in just 1 month. So whenever you go to a Flipkart, whenever you go to an Amazon, you click an a product and you see it, and then if you come out and go to the Google page, you can see the same product coming in, right? So everyone is trying to see what everyone is looking at, what product they want, what are they looking at, how we every data is being collected is given to business. Okay, so every second 600 wiki edits happen. Every second 52,700 Snapchats happen. Every second 16 million text is being transferred from one place to another place. So everyone collects and they want to see what people want and and promote them to make what the people want to buy. So that is some example I need to give you. So people need to understand what data is they are seeing so that they can take a business decision. If suppose you are looking more products on laptop, so the company has to promote, the Amazon or Flipkart wants to promote more laptop based ads to you. So this is some example. So this kind of decision is made through data visualization. Okay. So I told you what's data visualization. Data visualization is nothing but converting your entire data into a form of graphs and charts. I'll tell you a very simple example. You have been last 1 year, we have been gone with the COVID, right? So in the COVID, how many of you have been regularly going through the graphs, right? So you have seen you have seen a daily basis, death rate, recovery rate, new COVID patients, everything is being tracked. So you can see the bar chart, pie chart, all the charts you were able to see. See, there were more 1 million patients, and in 1 million patients, in which it was segregated. Like for example, Rajasthan, it's around like 5,000 members. So like that, everything got segregated. So that we are the business users, we can understand these many people, these regions are very highly affected. So we should not go there. So that's a very good example, right? So this is an example. So like that in business, the 1 million, 2 million records will be there. We will make it a graph and we'll show to the CEO or the business users, hey, this product is low in the market. You have to concentrate on building this product, or this employee is performing very low. See the data. You have to put him in observation. So those kind of decisions can be made. So how we can do data visualization can do in a very simple way. We are doing in Excel, right? So we put it in a bar, we put in a, yes, that is also data visualization. But now the data is not in 1 lakh, 2 lakh. The data is in 10 million to 2 billion, those kind of size. Excel won't support it. So we need some stronger tool to visualize the very huge data. So that is where Power BI, Tableau, ClickView, ClickSense be very strong in the market. Okay, so we are going to use any one of these tools to achieve data visualization. So where data visualization is used in everywhere. If you know Zomato also uses a Power BI. You know, Walmart, Flipkart, and Amazon, they all use Power BI in the market. They also use Tableau as well, but Power BI is their primary. And so many pharma industries like Novo Nordisk, you have Sanofi, you have Eli Lilly. So these kind of companies also use this. And PwC, Ernest and Young, all these companies, TCS, everyone is using Power BI for their clients or their business. Everyone uses it. Even small, you know, DMart and Decathlon, they also have a couple of projects got signed in for data visualization. Okay, so who uses it? Every business owners like CEO. So if you are working in Power BI, you have a very good reachability in data visualization. You have a very good reachability to reach your management team, because of every report we'll be the front end, and we will be the communicating with the CEO, CFOs, or team leads, or domain leads, everyone. So those people needs to take a business decision. Those people needs the data visualization. Okay. So I have been speaking more of theoretical based. So I would like to play a small game. Okay, so this is a data visualization. One simple example how it will make a difference. Okay, so this is a business request, number of sevens. So I'm gonna count how many sevens are there. Okay, one, two, three, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, 8. Totally 8. It took 30 seconds for me to find out all the sevens in this because it's a dump of data. I do not know. I have to go to every line and check how many sevens are there. Now I'll tell you the small difference, okay? How data visualization will make a big difference. So as a data visualization guy, so your business has number of sevens. I will highlight this and give you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It took 5 seconds for me. So from 30 seconds, I took 5 seconds because of the advantage of data visualization to understand this. So this is a small trick or small example I can give you. It saves almost like 90% of the time, right? Almost 90% of the time. So like that, if they have huge data, they no need to go and analyze it. Our Power BI report will tell you in 2 minutes how the data is far. Only thing is the business has to give me the requirement, what you want to see. Okay. So this is the biggest difference I want to show you. Now coming back, so we have so many tools like Power BI. We have so many tools like like Power BI, Tableau, ClickView, ClickSense, Domo. You can see here ThoughtSpot. You have Salesforce. Salesforce has took over Tableau. So we have so many things. We have Oracle Analyzer. You have SAP. So many tools are there. But why Microsoft? Tableau was number one by 2018, 2017, and 18, but Power BI has very strongly took over Tableau and came in as a number one market leader in the market. Why? See, Power BI is one biggest advantage of Power BI is it's more secure, it's more powerful. It gives end-to-end analytical platform, and you can elevate people with the power of the data. So easily you can do it. So another thing is Microsoft. It's a Microsoft product. So it can integrate with Teams. It can integrate with SharePoint. It can integrate with OneDrive. It can integrate with Microsoft SQL Server. And it can integrate to Azure. So everything it can. Whereas Tableau don't have like a platform like Microsoft, Click or ThoughtSpot. No one has a platform like Microsoft. So which made it more stronger in the market. So everyone uses Microsoft Office 365. Microsoft got introduced showing Office as one of the product of Microsoft Office 365. So he gave it a feature as a free, and then he covered the market, and he with a low price. Tableau is around $5,000, whereas Microsoft with one user he gives it $9.9 per user per month. So which is a drastical saving for a company, and that's how Microsoft Power BI gone into the market. But not only that, if the product quality is not good, no one is going to buy it, right? The same way, he gave the very good analytical ability. A column in a Power BI can detect whether it's a date or it's a text. And if it is a date, it can identify, it can split the data into quarter, all those things. Okay, this is just an example I'm giving you. It can connect to 70 plus data sources, like it can connect to Excel, it can connect to Facebook, LinkedIn, everything. Okay, it can connect to any data, okay, which is the biggest advantage is the requirement, because a company can connect to 1,000 data sources. If 1,000 data sources has to connect with Power BI, right? So, and M language. See, there is a tool called ETL, okay, called extract transform load. Power BI has an inbuilt tool which is called Power Query Editor, which will do all the ETL stuff, that like data cleaning. Okay, so which none other tool has in the market. New features every month. Power BI comes with a new feature. It comes with a new improvements. If you see in Power BI 6 months back, you will see now the Power BI looks entirely different. Okay, self-service ability. So it can if you can uh, some of the things Power BI can do it automatically for you. Okay, no, you don't need to, like, if you just drag and drop, it automatically picks out the color and it understands what you want to see, and it will understand and it will give you. So that kind of ability Power BI has. It is also built on AI driven artificial intelligence. There's couple of features has been added based on AI. So Why Power BI we need to learn as a when we need to look into our career, why we wanted to learn Power BI. See, data science is the next 10 years market. So all employees will be much, I mean, like 40% of the employees will be based on data science related projects in the next 10 years. Okay, so this is a data. If you want to get into a data science of next level, Power BI is the easiest way to get through it. So I recommend if you want to have a plan to go for a data science, go through Power BI. We will reach it easier and we can grow our career. It's very user friendly. It applies to any business. It's fast and easy. It's Excel and Power BI are very similar. If you have worked in Excel, if you know formulas and everything in Excel, the Power BI is going to work almost not same, almost equally. And one, as I said, you don't need to have any coding knowledge for learning Power BI. Next thing is, so let's like Quora or like Glassdoor, like all those things. We also have a Power BI also have a huge community. Whenever you're stuck with something, you post there and you'll get the answers in a couple of minutes. So that much huge community is there in Power BI. So now we know what is Power BI, why Power BI is used, how it is used, why Power BI is the number one in the market, all those things. But in business, in actual IT scenario, where actually Power BI gets fit in. Okay. So Power BI is n part of entire data warehousing or BI architecture. Okay. So BI is business intelligence, Power Business Intelligence, Power BI. It powers your BI. So that's what they Microsoft have stated that. Okay. So BI is also providing the right data with the right insights at the right time to the right people. Okay. So that is a BI concept. Okay. So for BI, what we do is consider you are using a bank SBI website. Okay. So this is considered this as a SBI website. Okay. How and all money transaction is done? We do from ATM, we do from check, we do from UPI transfer, we do from so many different sources. We do like external data. We do from so many different sources. Okay. So website, what it will do, it will take IMPS, it will take NEFT, all those, all those transactions only. If you have closely looked into it, your website will not have your last 10 years data. It will have last 10 transactions. Hardly it will have last 10 transactions. Okay. The website will be running based upon how much the website can hold to show it for the user. For each and every there will be 1 million users, 1 million users. They have to have username, password, their current balance, their addresses, their last 10 transactions. That's it. It should hold. If they have all the 10-year content, your website will go down. Okay. So what they will do is they'll collect the data from all different sources. They will use a ETL tool. As I said, ETL is a separate tool like Informatica. You have a Talbumi. You have so many tools. The ETL tools are there. They use an ETL tool and they will convert all into a like for example, it will all will be in different format like from ATM, from UPI, all will be in different format. They will map everything and they will load into a common data warehouse which will have your history data and everything. Okay, these are databases. This is a data warehouse. Data warehouse is nothing but having your history data is also stored in it. Okay, so from here what happens after it gets into data warehouse, many teams like loan department, credit card department, all these people will check what is his credit score for last 1 year, 2 year. If he is eligible, they'll give a list to the marketing team. Hey, these many users are they available for free personal loan at the rate of 7% interest. Can you please market and get the leads? The loan department, what they will do, sir, your CIBIL score is very well, and we would like to do all. So like that, you will get insights here. Okay. So they will give across the team like that. If the reporting team, after this, the reporting team comes where Power BI will fit in. We will tell daily how many accounts has been created, how many new customer came, how many existing customer left, how many money got revenue today, how many got with UPI, how many got with IMPS, how many, all this reporting Power BI will be able to do it. So they will tell to the business, boss, to CEO boss, in SBI, totally 1,000 customer have come in and 300 customer has come out. Why they have come out? From which branch they have come out? What is the reason behind? If that branch is having more customer loss, why that is happening there? So all this decision, CEO will see, and then CEO will go to that particular department. Hey, there is something wrong with that branch. Go and check it. So every decision making is done by Power BI kind of reporting tool reports. Okay. So that is where our after before we get in the data into the report, we have so many processes in between. So I wanted to show you why all this, because we need to know where our Power BI fits in and why it fits in.